At sunset, over the Gulf of Naples, the shadow of Vesuvius settles over the city like a dark veil. In the narrow streets, children play, laundry hangs from the windows, and a scent spreading from a corner invites the crowd toward it. On top of the paper thin dough are the colors red, white, and green. This is a pizza, but not an ordinary pizza. It is Pizza Margherita, bearing the name of a queen and symbolizing the identity of a nation. And the story of this pizza is born from within the poor neighborhoods of Naples. In the mid-19th century, Naples was one of the most crowded cities in Europe. Yet this crowd brought poverty rather than wealth. Dock workers, street vendors, and day laborers lived in narrow streets and needed fast and inexpensive food. Naples was a port city. It was almost at the very center of the Mediterranean trade routes. It had once been ruled by the Spanish, the French, and the Austrians, carrying traces of different cultures. Tomatoes arriving from America had once been feared as poisonous, but for the poor people, tomatoes turned into a cheap and filling food source. At that time, pizza was very far from its meaning today. It was a simple dough dish sold on the street, topped with garlic, tomatoes, or a little cheese. The nobles looked down on this food, seeing it as something for common and poor people. But in the streets of Naples, pizza was a practical solution that gave strength to workers. The oven started burning before sunrise and continued until midnight. The city never slept. In 1889, Italy was still a kingdom at the beginning of its journey. Having declared its political unity in 1861, the country was still trying to build a shared identity. That year, Queen Margherita di Savoia of Italy visited Naples. According to a legend, it is said that she had grown tired of palace meals. She wanted to taste the pizza eaten by the people. One of Naples's famous pizzaiolos, Raffaele Esposito, was invited to the palace. He prepared 3 different pizzas for the queen, but one of them drew particular attention: red tomato, white mozzarella, and green basil. This colorful pizza resembled the Italian flag. The queen liked this pizza, and from that very moment, this simple yet symbolic dish began to be known as Pizza Margherita. A street food had turned into a national symbol with the approval of a queen. This story was not only the story of a flavor, but also the story of a new nation's search for identity. A dish that emerged from the poor southern city of Naples had come to represent all of Italy. Over time, pizza began to be known beyond Naples. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, millions of Italians migrated to America. They carried their culture and especially their cuisine with them. In New York and Chicago, pizzerias opened in small Italian neighborhoods. However, in America, Italian pizza began to undergo transformation. Thicker crusts, more toppings, larger portions. As pizza became globalized, it was changing. After World War II, the pizza eaten by American soldiers in Italy made this flavor even more popular when they returned home. After the mid-20th century, pizza was already a global phenomenon, but Naples was still loyal to its traditions. Founded in 1984, the Associazione Verace Pizza Napoletana. By setting the standards of authentic Neapolitan pizza, it placed this heritage under protection. In 2017, the art of Neapolitan pizzaiuolo was recognized by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage. A dish that had once been street food was now world heritage. Today, queues still form in front of wood-fired ovens in the streets of Naples. Tourists flock from all over the world. However, Pizza Margherita is not just a tourist product. It represents the resilience and pride of Naples. It is a story born from poverty, yet rising high enough to enter royal tables. Red tomato, mozzarella, and green basil are not just ingredients. They are symbols of unity and identity. Pizza Margherita tells us this. Great stories do not always begin in palaces. Sometimes they take shape in narrow streets, beside stone ovens, in the hands of poor workers. This simple flavor born in the heart of Naples exists today in every corner of the world, but in every slice, the shadow of Vesuvius, salt of the Mediterranean and the spirit of Naples are still hidden. In your next bite, you may be tasting not only melted cheese, but also the birth of a nation.